Hello, hello. Welcome to this beautiful evening, to the new moon that we now have in Aquarius, and the sun, of course, in Aquarius, and then also the biggest thing that we now have, the new Chinese New Year. So this is truly such a beautiful new beginning, not just for the cycle, for this new fractal that we're beginning, but also I feel like for me, entering the space again in a bigger capacity. And I am so excited to do this together with you this evening, and for all of the magic and all of the beautiful things that are yet to come that you and I will be creating together. So let me introduce myself for just a moment. My name is Silke, and I am the founder of the Quantum Weaver and the creator of the system of quantum weaving, which really originated from my years of study, of practice, of refining, of tuning in to my healing practice and taking away all of the beauty that I have gathered over the years of what has worked for my clients, what has worked for me in my life as well, and then channeling. 2 years ago, it kind of began and then began to unfold more and more over time until this whole system, this whole blueprint began to develop, which now I am sharing with the world, sharing with you. And we're going to do so many beautiful, magical things together. And I can't wait to dive into all of it with you. Of course, what is already available is my quantum weaving cards that you can access on the Quantum Weaver website. And then I also want to share with you for a moment the wonderful first course that I will be teaching, which is my vision casting master course. And this is something that I have taught once before, but we are going to up-level it in a completely new way. And what's even more beautiful about it is because we're going to be starting February 3rd through the 7th. So this will be during the time of Navratri, where we are really bringing that beautiful goddess energy into everything together with the new beginning that we are now setting the stage for. And it's going to be very powerful. And there's going to be a pre-sale for it until the course completes. So you have access to it at the pre-sale price of $111 before it will go up to $222. And there's going to be things added over time too. You get to keep it for a whole year. And I can't wait to teach it. And this is where you and I, where we together begin, and where we begin once again in this field of so much that is possible when we tap into the quantum for ourselves, and then most of all for us together and for the world. And this is where the power comes in. And this is what I am here to give, to share. And I am so honored to do this together with you. So with this, let's get started. I am kind of seeing if anyone else will come in. I know since I am just starting this once again, it's going to take a little bit of time. And I totally honor that as well. And so for anyone who will later be watching the replay, then please go ahead and say replay. And in the meantime, I am going to start with the first card. So let me check something here just to make sure that there is no, let me see, because I want to make sure that the live is working and everything, which I believe it is, but I don't see anything here. Let me go for just a second and double check on this here, just to make sure that if there's anyone who wants to join, that there is nothing stopping you from doing so. So let me see, make sure. Yep, I am on. Okay, so we're good to go. All right. So with the first card, as we begin, I want to kind of set the stage for a moment what this new moon now in Aquarius represents. And then, of course, also, as I mentioned, we also have the sun in Aquarius too. So this is really a beautiful, powerful energy of bringing this new rebellion almost to life now, of new innovations, new ideas, new concepts, new things that are going to be birthed into the world. And when we allow this here in this process right now, where everything is still kind of in the stream stage right now, where nothing is quite born yet, where we are just beginning to maybe think about the seeds that we're planting at this moment. When we think about the concepts of what a new year represents and the new ideas, the new concepts that can now come forward, this new energy that we are building, this is what everything kind of evolves around. And that's also the energy of this whole reading. So whenever you are in contact with me, whenever you take the time to touch into anything that I am giving, that I am sharing and teaching, I always have the intention that when you walk away inspired, empowered, and where things begin to move and shift for you with new activations. No matter if this is a free event or if it is something that you come into a space for that is being paid for, I always want you to feel and know that I am giving from my heart, my soul, and that I am so excited to do this with you. For me, this is such an honor because I understand that this is my soul calling, my life purpose, and I'm here to share it with you. And this energy now that we are entering is that energy of sharing, of giving, of activating, of giving from a space that comes so deep from our heart, especially from that energy of that sacred feminine, of what it means to be in that flow, to be in that space of, first of all, receivership, and then also in a space of new activations to be able to give to the world, giving our gift to the world. And that is also what this Chinese New Year now, that year of the snake that sheds its skin and activates a whole new power and a whole new level that it rises within us. And I don't know about you, but I think it is absolutely fabulous. And so I'll get into a lot more related to this as well as we go along. And with this, I am going to reveal the first card. So if you're watching the replay, then please go ahead and say hello, replay. And also, if you have chosen card number 1, if you haven't chosen a card yet, pause this for a moment and then go back and watch the replay. We'll go back and go to the part on the Quantum Weaver page where I share the 3 cards upside down, and then intuitively tune in which card that you would pick that draws you in, that where you could just kind of feel like this is the card for me. And then also know that if you're watching the replay, if you're on the live, then there is a reason why you're here, because all 3 cards are going to speak to you as well. So this whole reading, this whole time that you and I are going to share together, you see it as one big fractal basically for you that is going to be life enriching, life giving for you, and take away all of the different nuggets that each card has to offer, but also know that there is more of a pull, a more elevated energy in the specific card for you that has been chosen for you, that you have chosen intuitively. And with this, let's go ahead and get into card number 1. So if you have chosen card number 1, then please go ahead and type that in there. I don't see anyone on the live right now, so I hope everything is working out with the live. Like I said, I checked it on my phone. Everything should be good to go. And so with this, card number 1, I'm going to share and show it to you here, is Vision Quest. And this is, of course, where everything begins, especially with this beautiful new snow moon in Aquarius, where the dreams now that we dream can begin to not quite be realized yet, but where there is that sense of tuning into that, where it comes from such a deep place within us, from deep within the earth, and that energy of our root chakra that we remember, where the creative centers are starting to be activated. And within this sacred quest of the visions that want to come forward, this is where it all begins. This is where it stirs, where you intuitively kind of have that sense of there's more. There's more than what I've been doing. There's more that I am being guided toward. There are things that are being activated, things that really want to come forward, where it comes from a place of your soul, from your heart, and where you can sense and feel that now something new is coming in. This comes through source energy, comes through your guidance, comes from your higher self, and whatever name that you would like to give that is sacred, that is you, and where there is no differentiation between you and source itself, because you are it. And so this is very much that beautiful energy of activation. And I'm going to read it to you. So if you have picked it, this is for you. On this sacred quest, my visions are the map, charting a course to spiritual enlightenment. And again, when we initiate these things, the biggest thing too is that idea that all of the magic And everything else is already built into that vision. Otherwise, you wouldn't receive it. Because why would there be a vision that is given to you if the complete manifestation isn't already there as well? So let that kind of sink in for a moment what that means. That means that the vision is not just yours, it is bigger than that. That vision comes from a much bigger part of your soul, and it comes directly from God, Goddess, source energy that is guiding you, that also is sheltering that energy for you to let you know that it is here for you when it's ready. But for now, tune into the vision and see what wants to come through. Allow that moment of that initiating spark to be activated through you and in you. And this is really what this speaks to. So if you have card number 1, Vision Quest, then what I suggest is tune into the card, tune into the mandala, allow the different possibilities, the different openings to come. This comes through the third eye, and it is activated in the center here at the same time as the root chakra is being activated too, for the manifestation to be able to come forward. Still in that place where there is still that idea of, just like when we think about planting the seeds in the earth, it is that same concept of right now, it's too early. The ground is still cold and it's not quite time yet, but I know that now I'm buying the seeds. I am getting ready to think about it. I am planning it out because this is now the time for planning. It's not the time for planting yet, but it is the time now where I want to go ahead and gather all my energy back to me again. And I want to bring all of those ideas forward. I want to journal. I want to be in the sheltered space and write all of the different concepts and ideas out. So then this way, when that trailblazing spirit of Aquarius pulls us forward, then we're ready for it. So I hope that's helpful to you. And this is Vision Quest number 15 in that card number 1 out of the 3 cards. So I see that there's one person on, and I am not seeing the comments. I hope they will come up. I hope they can come up here because I'm doing this here inside of StreamYard. So I hope that the comments are coming through. If not, then I'll definitely check it later. Or next time I'll have to make sure I open another window on Facebook so this way I can see it too. So if you have picked card number 2, then this is for you. And I'm going to reveal card number 2 for you now in this whole idea. So we started with the Vision Quest, and now there's a very important component that we want to keep in mind. All of this, again, is now with this new beginning, with this new snow moon, with the energy of Aquarius that comes forward in this innovative spirit. And then also with the whole idea of what does this all represent for us now, if now new things are being initiated in us and through us. And so the second card now is the card of protection. So if you have picked that protection card, I'm going to read it to you here in a moment as well. I'm going to just show it for another minute here. If you have picked this card, then feel into it and see how it relates to your life. Because, of course, everything that I'm sharing with you relates to the season. It relates to these moments now of going with the flow of the natural energy of the earth, of the cosmos. But then also it has to do with you and your life in the micro as well. So it's always the macro and the micro simultaneously. That's what we always want to keep in mind with any manifestations and anything that we're doing. It has to be aligned for both of those. And so this is extremely important, this alignment of protection, because as I have mentioned before, so there's still that sheltering that still goes on right now. And it is about honoring that space that it's not quite ready yet, and it still needs that protective seed around it. And so there is the beauty, and all of what's to come is already contained within it. It is completely whole and healthy and healed inside of here. And it just still needs those 4 anchors and it just still needs that protection in order to know that it can ripen. And this goes for our plants, and it also goes for us as well during this time. And then it also goes for anything maybe particularly in your life. So please feel free to share here on the live if there's anything specific that comes up for you with that protection card. But it is really about letting the intentions of our seeds slowly ripen and letting the desires come to fruition. Know again that if the desire is there, then the complete manifestation will come forward. It can't not. It is only a matter of time. And when we're looking at the quantum, we take time out of the equation because this is only a physical manifestation idea. But we want to leave so much room and so much space for simply those possibilities to unfold and to see what might be possible when we go into these higher realms of the quantum, when we weave in the beautiful field of possibilities and see what might show up. And that protection field is especially important around us when things have come up for us before, maybe with new ideas, with new concepts that we wanted to bring forward. Maybe there are things that you were so excited about and then it didn't quite turn out. Know that it's always for your own protection, because this protection is not just from the outside, but it also shelters us. It shelters our own seeds of creation. It shelters us and our energy if maybe we're not quite ready yet and it still needs a little bit more time. And when I say a little bit more time, again, we don't want to put any limits on that of thinking, oh man, it hasn't come yet, it won't come. But instead, give it all of the space that is required for it, because we never know. And then it can manifest so quickly. This is where these quantum leaps come in, where we can literally jump timelines very fast, because when that seed is ready, I don't know about you, but like for me, I always will have like these gardening metaphors, because I know once the conditions are right, when everything is watered, when it turns warm. Right now, if I plant a seed outside, it won't grow because the conditions are not there. The ground is too cold, and nothing tells that seed right now that it's time to manifest in this moment. And so it's a waste of time to even try. And this is the exact same thing when there's still some fighting against it, when there's still some protection that needs to take place. Allow that for now and just tune in to what is it? Is it something that you're protecting for yourself and that you want to work through and then be able to release it and let it go? Is it something from the outside that you feel you need protection from? Is it just simply that it just needs a little bit more time? And then once the conditions are right, once spring arrives, once the ground gets warm and then the sun comes out and everything is watered, and then you plant the seeds, this is when everything just springs up so quick. And then it's this burst of manifestation, and we wonder, how can this happen so fast? And that literally there was just a seed, and a couple of days later, now there's already this beautiful little plant that has sprung forward. But this is simply because everything is in alignment. And so that alignment piece comes into the protection mechanism as well, to see, is it your field maybe as well, where you just need a little bit more space around you in order for you to have that confidence, in order for you to know that now is that time to bring the desires forward. So again, I hope this is so helpful for you and that you can take this away with you. And again, please go ahead and share, because I'd love to hear from you. And then we are going to get into number 3. So if you are here live, and like I said, I can't see the comments right now. And you know what, let me go ahead and see, because I had it actually on here. So let me see if the comments are maybe coming up here on this. Nope, I don't see the comments here right now either. So that's okay. I'll check it later for sure. So if you have picked card number 3, that is the card for you right now. And I'm going to go ahead and reveal it. So card number 3 is leadership. And I chose this card here because this is the number 9 card, and I want to share some really important concepts with you for this one specifically, because this year now, the numerology of this year is the number 9. So we have entered the number 9 from that number 8 year of that loop of infinity, and we're now moving out of that loop, And we're taking all of this energy that we've gathered last year. So if last year was maybe something for you where you were thinking, wow, I'm going to be doing all of these things and I'm going to complete all of this stuff. And then you found yourself in that loop where it didn't quite get completed, and you were just wondering, well, one of the reasons why is because it just wasn't quite the year for it yet. But now it is, because now we are moving out of that energy, and we're now taking all of that we have gathered, because nothing is ever wasted. So we're taking everything that we have gathered, and we are now bringing that into the number 9 year of leadership. This is for each of us, because we are claiming that now for ourselves. We are the leaders, we are the visionaries, and we walk together. There's no more hierarchy. And this is one thing that age of Aquarius is teaching us to let go of. This is all now in community, in communication, in co-creation. Nobody should have to walk this path alone ever again. And there's so much power in us coming together and ushering in this new era. We came here for this. Our souls remember we came back for this. Our souls remember the times of Lemuria, the times of great advancements together, not in isolation, not with hierarchical power, but us co-creating together to create these new movements, to create this new energy. And this is what we're bringing in. And so this is so, so exciting, especially, like I said, in this number 9 year. This is the number 9 of the High Priestess. This is also the number 9 of the Empress and the medicine woman in you and in all of us. And there might be one or the other that you identify with a little bit more. And these are the archetypes that I will bring forward so much more within my system of quantum weaving. But know that they are woven into this energy of quantum weaving, because this is us in our divine power. And we're returning it back to its rightful place inside and outside of us. And I don't know about you, but to me, this is just so beautiful. And I can't wait to share so much more with you on all of this. And for us then to bring this forward in us, through us, and create together. And like I said, I have so much magic to share with you on that, and so many beautiful activations waiting. So this number 9 of leadership, I'm going to read this to you. I realized I didn't read protection, so I'm going to come back to that for a moment. I lead with wisdom, strength, and authenticity, inspiring change through love and integrity. So this is also the difference that we are now bringing forward in the divine feminine energy too of leadership, where it is no longer about force and a power that is overpowering, but this is now about our inner power leading together, leading us toward each other and supporting each other, each one unique in your qualities, each other in our qualities that we are here to give and share, almost like a puzzle that just kind of comes together. And then this is where we will have our strength together. And I'm going to read the protection card to you since I didn't earlier. I am always surrounded and guided by the highest protective powers. So that idea of leadership, as I mentioned before, there are the beautiful feminine archetypes that come from that goddess energy within us. And this is now the time for us to step into that power of our own leadership, knowing and remembering that there is that soul calling, that the visions are here and they are going to refine and define themselves even stronger, even more. And as we move along, this is now going to be done in co-creation, because we all kind of remember that this is what we're here for. And so this leadership is coming from a place that is a place of honesty within us, where we now speak our truth. We no longer quiet down. It flows from us in this beautiful golden energy, in this pure essence from the heart, from the soul. If you remember from a long time ago when we did our Flourish Your Beauty lives, and we spoke about the beautiful soul center that we carry within us here. So these are the centers that this originates from now. And this is now the time where we're bringing it to the world. And when we allow ourselves to step into that space of our leadership, through our soul calling, through the vision quest, through the protective energies that surround us as we're stepping forward, as we I want to speak of the witch wounds, because this is something that I am in the middle of creating right now, actually a course that will come very soon as it's ready. But it is now where we will release the witch wounds, and we will release any of these past life energies that we still carry, where we still feel fearful. And then even in this lifetime, also the fears that we still carry of persecution, and where it's now time to let it go, and where we will speak our truth and in our power, in our purest feminine essence, in combination with the goddess energy and in combination with the masculine. This is now where it all will land for us and for the world. And it excites me so much to share and to give in that energy, because this is where it's at. And so this leadership, when you light up your own frequency, your own energy, and you raise your vibration, and you keep going and you keep moving forward in that, then you will also become the beacon for others that will also then have the opportunity and the gift through your essence and your presence to also light up their own energy as well. Because we need each other in this. So there's still so many things to heal, so many things to share, so many activations to bring forward. And this is a revolution within that energy of the Aquarius that we are beginning. And we came for this. So always remember that whenever you have doubt, whenever you feel that it feels overwhelming, when you question yourself, as we all do, I know I do, and I always remind myself, this is what you're here for. This is the essence of what you are here to gift to the world, and we will not slow down again. So in combination, this really brings us now kind of around again to the idea of tuning into your vision, tuning into giving yourself this time, feeling and seeing what is it that maybe I haven't quite brought forward yet. What is this inside of me that has been calling me maybe for a short time, maybe a lifetime, maybe for a long, long time. And now in this day, now in this number 9, in this time of Aquarius rising, this is now the time where it'll all come forward, because it can't not. And so tune into the visions, tune into that quest for yourself. Know that the protection is there for you. And if you need a little bit extra, just ask for it. And allow yourself to still be sheltered within this, because it doesn't have to be manifested yet. Give yourself this time of where it wants to be in this moment, and honor the space that you are in. Don't rush it. Know that when everything is ready, that quantum leap will come. And know that this is your time to step into your power of leadership, and that you're here to guide, to lead, to be that visionary, beautiful, powerful leader that you came to be. Okay, and if any of you who will watch the replay later, and by the way, if you have number 3 leadership, then please go ahead and also let us know too if you have chosen that card. And if any of you who are going to be watching the replay, if you do not have the quantum weaving cards yet, then please go ahead and go on my website and order them, because they are really life-changing. They are your guides for life, and they will support you, they will heal you, they will guide you, they will elevate you, and they will bring you into that vibrational alignment for our time, our era, and what we are here to do. They were channeled through me. It took me many years to get to the point where it was ready. And this is really kind of exactly what I was speaking about, because it literally was kind of where where there were many years, I think it was 4 years, where the idea was forming. I already had the concept of many of the cards, but I just knew that it just wasn't quite ready yet. I wasn't ready yet. I still had to grow and to learn, and whatever needed to come wasn't quite ready to come forward yet. And then when quantum weaving came, then I understood, because it would have been very different. The deck would have been very different. It would have been incomplete. And so with quantum weaving, so much then, all of the concepts of the 7 keys and the 7 realms of consciousness, together with the 33 guiding codes, and then the 19 virtues and principles, and together these 52 cards that are now complete, that it needed this whole system to first come forward through me in order for it to then be able to land and to be in physical representation. And once that was done, it only took me a couple of months to create the whole deck, because that quantum leap could now take place. Because now everything was already done behind the scenes, and the seed was planted, and it just needed to spring forward. And this was part of the creation that I am here to give and to share. And it's all contained in here, plus the online guidebook that's available to you. For any of you who have the cards and you're wondering about the guidebook, I am in the process of completing it. It took me quite a while last year to go over everything again, and it is almost done. I'll let you know as soon as it is, and then there'll actually be a physical guidebook as well. But in the meantime, enjoy the 139-page guidebook that you have available online, and a really beautiful detailed description for each card, and so much more. The whole system of quantum weaving is contained within it, that you automatically get when you purchase these cards here. And then also, as I mentioned in the beginning, remember that there will be my Vision Casting Master Course. So that'll be February 3rd through the 7th. The pre-sale will be $111 until we complete the course, and then it will be for sale after that for $222. But come join live, because then we can interact. This will be a small group format where you get so much access to me, and this is the only one-to-one access at this point that I offer in that kind of format, because I no longer do one-to-one sessions. So for me now, everything is let's gather together as groups, because that is the energy of Aquarius, and that is the energy now that feels right for me and feels aligned for me. I always follow and listen to my guidance, and I trust implicitly what my guidance tells me to do, even if sometimes it feels challenging, it feels hard, it feels confusing, but I know in the end that there's always the purpose for it. So before I go, what I'm going to do is I am going to minimize this here, and I am going to go directly on Facebook here, see if I, by any chance, I can maybe see the live here. Let me see. So this way, for any of you who have been maybe leaving comments, and I don't even know, because the live right now is not showing up on my Quantum Weaver page itself. So I'm not sure if there is like a conflict between Facebook and the platform that I am using, because that might be. So it might be that it's not quite as easy anymore with StreamYard as it used to be to show up on Facebook. And maybe this is why. I know there have been 1 and then 2 people coming in. And so for any of you who have joined, thank you. And I will have to check in later. But right now it's not showing up. So let me look at my phone here for 1 more minute. Let me turn down the volume just to make sure. Oops. So, okay, I am not sure why this is not showing up. So, but I won't keep you any longer. So I hope you get the live, and I will be sure to share the replay, and then we'll figure it out for next time. So thank you for being with me. Come join me for the Vision Casting Master Course. This will be such a powerful course, and there will be amazing things that I'm going to be sharing, really things that I have learned over time that have been given to me by my teachers too, things that are not usually shared, but more in the mainstream, but more just shared through these mystical schools of thought. And it's going to be in numerology and sacred geometry, because these are 2 of my specialties, and how this all relates then to manifesting and to the manifestation of our visions. And I can't wait to do this together with you. So I'll look forward to checking in now with you on Facebook and see if I can find where that live is hidden. And we'll talk soon. And I'll also be sharing this in the newsletter too. So for any of you who are still here, thank you. And thank you for your loyalty. and I love you. And we'll talk soon. Bye.